going through the years, never giving up on my dream and always wanting to pursue being a rapper, it's like it came naturally, but at the same time, I was putting the work in too. Mom's Mexican, your dad's Mexican, but if you don't know Spanish and you weren't born in Mexico, you don't got the scar on your arm, you're not Mexican. I flip it, it's almost like the drug game, you know what I mean? You got your shit, you sell off your stuff, you go re-up. You re-up the next time, it's even bigger. You doing shit right, you re-up the next time, it's even bigger, and then sooner or later, you look back and we the kingpin of this shit.
All right, guys, welcome back. Passionate Profit Podcast. We're here with the one and only DG, Vallejo native.
Yes, sir.
805 raised.
Yep, adopted.
Here we go.
Born in the streets, raised in the burbs. Bad bitches know and they get what they deserve. You feel me?
Sheesh, that was clean.
Let's go.
Oh, wait.
You clean with it. Yeah.
You want me to freestyle?
Let's
Okay,
go. Let
hold
me
on.
hear something.
Revving the engine, I didn't mention. I see them mouths, so don't feel any tension. They on some bitch shit, I ain't switch shit. I've been popping since I was 11. You ain't on shit, bitch, you a lamb. And I'm making money like 24/7. Rolling the cone and go into my zone. I might be by myself, but I'm never alone. Keep that bitch on the leash. You keep hitting my phone. In a Mercedes getting super dome, so I feel like Drew Brees when this shit squeeze. Busting out them 2-2-3s. Fever, I got like 100 degrees. Swiping my car for 100 of these. My whole crew do 100 to better. My homie locked up, I just got his first letter. We all on the team like we got on some Lettermans. I look around, see no one better than had a long night, so I popped some etc. And she asking questions, I told her etc. Bitch, you doing the extra. No, she not my bitch, just cause that I'm next to her. She looking at me thinking sexually. Fuck the body more than you intellectually. She looking at me thinking sexual. Fuck the body, I'm more intellectual. Fuck the rolling, I'm flexing the property. Blowing that money, but spending it properly. Dripping too hard cause I got that liquidity. Fuck liabilities, all assets. Tell me you feeling me, Little something, baby. Little something like DG. Come on now.
No liabilities, and you got the liquidity.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Dripping too hard because I got the liquidity. Come on now.
Let's go.
Fucking palms are sweaty, bro. Yeah.
So, DG, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
We got some breakfast this morning?
Yes, sir. Mesa Cafe. Shout out Mesa.
Bro, they hate me.
They do. They do.
3 for 3 on you.
Yo, tell everyone about
Yeah.
it. But I love Mesa Cafe. Mesa Cafe, if you ever want to sponsor us, I'll eat your shit right
And what's
here.
the dude's name that always waits on us?
I honestly don't know his name.
Well, he's a tall black dude. Very,
Yeah.
very respectable. Very
Like
nice. I
the
fuck
best,
with him.
and he remembers us always.
And he has a very, voluptuous beard.
Yeah.
That thing's very well
On
groomed.
point. Go for it.
Nah, dude, we've been there a few times, and
No, almost every weekend.
and one time, bro, this is their first strike on me. The waiter has a fucking tray of mimosas, right?
Yeah.
And then he's walking behind me. All of a sudden, I just feel wet down my back. He spills the whole tray on my back. Bro.
Damn.
That was the first strike.
And then today, what happened?
And then today, bro, all right. I go over, I order fucking huevos rancheros, right?
yeah.
I'm over there. All right, cool. I just got my food.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. He brings out our food. What was it? It was fucking.
It was a chicken fried steak.
It was a chicken fried fucking steak, bro.
I wanted that shit.
That shit was not huevos rancheros, bro.
And you were just
But
I guess I ordered
But the
it.
thing is, as he delivered the tray, it was just, I was like, damn, that looks good. Like, okay, I see you.
You're like, all right, home
And he-
fries.
and
Because
he
you
was
know
like-
that's not what he usually
He
gets.
was just like, yep. And I'm like, all right. Like, fuck it
I
up.
literally didn't even say anything. Non-confrontational. Just took the food. I guess I ordered that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then third strike. This is the third and final strike, dude. I'm done with that place, bro. I'm done with that place. But Buster comes over. Can I get you guys anything else? I'm like,
Buster. Damn.
No, he said Buster. I thought he said Buster. I was like,
He did say Buster.
nah. Can I get you guys anything else? I go,
calling him
yeah,
that
bro.
from
Can
now
I get a
on.
michi? Michelada. He goes, yeah, I got you. Right? Goes inside. Fucking 30, 40 minutes later, never brings out the miche. Come on.
we didn't, yeah. But you didn't say anything, though.
Dude, it's just non-confrontational. I worked in a restaurant,
We still paid for it, though.
I don't want to be the dick.
We get an
fucking guy
IOU.
that's,
We
you
get
know,
an IOU.
Please.
We should have went back.
They got to make it up to me. Come on.
But I love that place. We always go.
Yeah, I fuck with it. I mean, I really like. I'm not that anybody asked, but I'll just say it. I like the ham and steak.
That's
you know,
all.
the ham and steak. I mean, the ham steak with the eggs.
Yeah.
Little fresh, them fresh hash browns. You know, extra crispy.
Yeah.
DG be fucking it up. And I had a little Bloody Mary. So if I'm getting out of pocket, my bad.
So DG, local artist, born in Vallejo.
Yes, sir. Vallejo. They're gonna make
Valle-
fun of you if you
Vallejo?
say Vallejo.
Really?
Which one is
Yeah.
it?
Vallejo.
So
Yeah, but you were just saying it funny, like that. Like we make fun of people that say it like that
So it's
because
not-
people that aren't from there will say Vallejo.
So it's not ho.
it's not a.
It
you're
is,
not-
but you're not supposed to say it like that.
Oh,
Vallejo.
I see.
So it's more like the A,
Vallejo.
the two L's next to each other for the.
Hey yo Vallejo.
All right.
The fuck?
So
Yeah.
from Vallejo.
Yeah.
Ho?
No.
Vallejo, like a yo at the end.
Vallejo.
Vallejo.
Right? Moved to
Yep.
Carpinteria, right?
Yes,
With your
sir.
family. What age was that?
10.
10?
10 years old.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Or I was gonna say, why the move?
Oh, well, so when we were there, like, my dad had a regular, like, oil refinery job. We were making okay money. We weren't, like, doing the best. We had all the necessities. We weren't rich, though, by any means. And my mom had just got her master's degree in psychology, so she was working for as a principal at, like, a detention center school. So it was basically like a juvenile hall type high school. And she got offered a chance to come in and interview for the director for alcohol, drugs, and mental health for Santa Barbara County. Oh, shit. And so she was probably in that pool with like 60 other people, and she ended up getting the job, and that's why we moved down here.
Oh, really? That's sick.
Yeah. No,
you know, when you first moved, was it hard to fit in with like the crowd? I mean, those being from up there and being from here, it's like
there it's a lot, especially in Vallejo, it's a lot more like black dominated culture.
Yeah.
So I grew up around like a lot of black kids. When I came down here, it was a lot more Mexican, but just coincidentally, I'm half Mexican, so and that's something that was really strong with me and my dad growing up. Me and my dad are real close. He's the Mexican side, and so so when I came here, it's like I like took me a minute to like really grasp the concept that like Mexicans are pretty territorial, especially about their heritage and their culture.
Without doubt.
You could be born 100% Mexican. Your mom's Mexican, your dad's Mexican, but if you don't know Spanish and you weren't born in Mexico, you don't got the scar on your arm, you're not Mexican. You know what I mean? So it's like so that's what I learned like a lot growing up. But I just ended up I was fighting a lot, because I was obviously I'm white complected, lighter complected, and the Mexicans want to take any chance they can to start talking shit and fucking with people. So, hey, bring it on. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to fight every fucking day if I got to.
It's funny that you say that, too, because to add to this, so, for example, everything you just said, right? You don't speak Spanish, fucking whatever, Yeah. You don't play soccer, too. That's a big one in Carp. You don't play soccer. Those fucking Mexicans are
you're
gonna
not
hate
Mexican.
You.
Yeah. Oh, and then if you're not brown, if you're a white complexion Mexican like me.
They're gonna
even if you're light skinned, it don't matter.
Yeah.
I used to have to bring my dad to school and be like, hey, because my dad's darker. Like he has like almost like a Spanish Indian complexion, darker skin, really like red cheeks though. That's like why my skin gets like red a lot too. But not that anybody asked that question, but but just for the viewers out there, if I'm looking red, that's why it's normal. Woo's still doing a good job. Shout out Woo.
Yeah.
But either way, so it's like I had to go through that a lot growing up, but also, eventually I got accepted because people know that I am who I say I am. I'm a stand-up guy. And after that, I really fell in love with the like Spanish culture. I can't even like imagine. Honestly, it sounds weird, but I feel more comfortable here than I do going around Vallejo or the Bay Area because I've been here for so long. I know how to maneuver the right way. All my childhood friends are here. I got a lot of friends back home too in Vallejo, but and a lot of family. But yeah, honestly, like bro, hot Cheetos and lemon, bro. Like hot Cheetos and lemon changed my fucking life. Yeah. We'd be fucking eating that shit, going crazy. Like Chuch was saying, even put the Valentino on it, Tapatio, whatever. They want a hot sauce to double it up. I can't do that. That fuck up the guts too much. But definitely hot Cheetos and lemon. I still fuck with that to this day. Like I need that in my life.
So you grew up. So you were born there. You moved down here. How did the smaller city affect you? Because I feel like for those people that know you, for those people that follow you, that watch your content, your vlogs, everything you're doing, you're out there. Yeah. You're very confident. You come in like with a bang, which is amazing. Yeah. So how did that fit in coming into a small city? Did you already have that?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you had to because you ain't gonna learn it from
No. Yeah, that's something I was born with, or maybe you could say I got like a little bit through my dad. My dad's more of like an extrovert, outgoing. But the funny thing is like we're very like, jokey, funny, like but we're pretty serious people in private. Like, you know what I mean? And it's almost like a defense mechanism, if you will. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's like especially now with social media and everything, it's like privacy is very, very few and far in between. You're not getting a lot of that today. And especially when I say I want to be a rapper, I'm basically inviting everybody into my life. So coming into like having that type of energy, coming into a smaller town, also like very Mexican heritage dominated, where they're like very, very critical on everything you do. And I'm already trying to say I'm Mexican and fly the flag and be like, it was hard. And I had a lot of trials and tribulations, but I kind of never really took a second thought to it. Like I'm built for this shit. I don't give a fuck. Like now, because I was younger, when you're younger, you go through shit, you just think that's the way it is. That's life. You almost think that's how it is for everybody, but it's not. But now that I got older, it's like going through that as a younger kid has made it a lot easier for me to get through confrontation, deal with adversity, trials and tribulations, everything that I need to go through, because I've been going through it since I was young. It ain't no thing to me. I can go through it and smile, make the shit look cute. People don't even think I'm having a problem, but, everything's hard. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely was hard, but at the same time, it's something that I really look back on and think about, and I'm happy for.
So you're a rapper. You're an artist, local, out of the 805.
Yes, sir.
You go by DG.
Yep.
You've been known as Something Dope. That's more of your brand.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Garcia from the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Talk
9 to
about
5,
it.
yeah,
Talk about
okay,
it.
so
Where can we find you? What's good with it?
So basically, if you guys are looking up any of my music, it's Something Dope. Something Dope is going to be all one word. So a lot of people, something space dope, like how you would spell it in normal grammar. Fuck normal grammar. You feel me? We got to switch this bitch up. So it's Something Dope. That's all one word, space DG. And you can find all my music on any streaming platform there. But as far as Mr. Garcia, 9 to 5, you know, I was blessed to have, I own my own home inspection business, Eagle Eye Home Inspections. I'm going to plug that too. You guys need any home inspections in the 805, I got you. And that's something that
and even out of the 805.
Yeah, even
You
out of
guys
the 805.
travel.
So it's Santa Barbara, Ventura, and Los Angeles counties. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he knows me better than he. Okay, Fredo over
Come on
here
now.
doing his homework.
Come on
I feel
now.
it. Okay, but yeah, so I was just blessed to have my father, you know, who he was actually in prison for 15 years before I was born, a year before I was born. And that year before I was born, he was actually going through a murder case. Like he came out of prison, Old Folsom, and the county sheriffs were already there to slap the cuffs on him and take him to county jail. Yeah, so
Oh,
right when he
shit.
stepped out of prison, the cops were there to arrest him again because they were holding back a murder charge that they had on him for 10 years or 15 years. And so my mom had met him before he went in previously. He did one stint of 5. He met my mom, and then he went in again for 10, and my mom stayed with him for those 10 years. So that like is kind of like an ode to like my resiliency and where like a lot of my consistency comes from as well. But either way, I was just saying that to like build the background and the foundation, the fact that after all that, you know, he started his own business. He always believed in being his own boss because when you're a convict, ain't a lot of people that want to hire you. It makes the job pool even smaller. So he started his own business, and it was Eagle Eye Home Inspections. And so basically he's worked that for probably 20 years before like I came into the business. I pretty much own the business now, and he stays along with me, and we do our thing together sometimes. You know, a lot of times he's just doing the office work, paperwork, and just telling me what to do. But you know, I really look up to him. I go to him for advice a lot. So I work as a home inspector. That's my 9 to 5 Eagle Eye Home Inspections. And you know, I love what I do. It makes life very, very tolerable because don't matter what situation you're in, this goes for anything, but like it can always be worse, you know, and just not having to really work a 9 to 5, flip burgers, wash cars, do different shit that a lot of like people like my peers have to do. And it's like some people would say like it's worse or better. I honestly look at people that hold a regular 9 to 5. I really look up to them. Like Fredo too. I know you do the security and shit like that. Cock diesel motherfucker, you trying to knock people out and shoot them and all this different type of shit. I'm not gonna get into your story, but either way, it's like I look up to people like that because that's a harder route. You know what I mean? And going through hard things only makes you that much better of a person if you can take it the right way and you can apply it to the rest of your life. So that's kind of like a little bit, you know, about Mr. Garcia.
Yeah.
The difference between Mr. Garcia and Something Dope DG.
There's a big difference, though.
Yeah, no, there is.
The 9 to 5 to
Yeah,
hour DG.
Yeah, but I try to like take that hey, that confidence, that like making people feel good, and I really pride myself on making people feel good around me, and I try to take that into every like aspect of my life. So whether it's 9 to 5 Mr. Garcia or I'm on the stage, you know, rocking the club, it's like they still get that same feeling. Like I wish you guys could see me on a home inspection. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a show, you know what I mean? Because I'm sitting there, I mean, when you're going through a home inspection, you're basically pointing out everything that's wrong with the house that somebody potentially wants to buy. Yeah. It's hard to do that in a good way where people come off feeling good about it in the end. But it's all about, you know, first knowing your shit. Once you know what you're doing, the confidence follows it. Those things are just hand in hand. So it's like once you have that and you're able to let the customer know, like in reference to home inspections, that you're looking out for them, you know what you're talking about. They could like sit back and breathe a little easier. Before that, it's kind of like right when I get there, they're on point. Especially like I've been doing this professionally since I was 17 years old. Imagine say you're like 30, 35.
Home inspections or just everything?
It's home inspections. So imagine professionally anyway.
Yeah.
So imagine you're 17-year-old and you're a 40, 45-year-old coming and there's a 17-year-old there about to tell you something you don't know about your house. It can kind of be like they're thinking a little biased, you know, this is a young motherfucker. What the fuck does he know about? But once I open my mouth and I start talking, that's where you really gauge people. And then even like with my dad, I still like encourage my dad to come along on home inspections with me because what are the optics? What is the imagery? Okay, he has an older person there with him that it makes you more credible right off the bat before I even open my mouth. It's all about the way you make people feel. Now, granted, I go on home inspections on my own a lot of times and it's all good, but at the same time, it's like if I can make those people like be like, you know, they let their guard down, they let that wall down, they let you in, they feel better, like easier than not. Well, why wouldn't I do it? You know what I mean? If I could bring my dad around, it makes people feel better, it makes people feel more secure, then I'm going to do that. Because at the end of the day, it's not about ego. It's not about my pride. It's not, oh, I'm a man. I know I'm a home inspector. I can tell you everything you need. Why you would need my daddy? It's like, nah, bro, it's about playing the game. Like, if I can make the money and it's all about business, then that's what you need to do, you know? Because at the end of the day, I know my shit. And I know I could talk. It's just more work for me. Why the fuck do I need to do that? Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the point where I come from. You know, and it is very different nuances, different idiosyncrasies, and like different things that go into it. But I try to keep that same like DG mentality, whether I'm rapping on the stage or I'm doing home inspections or I'm fixing and flipping houses. We do a lot of real estate stuff too. You know, we just bought a mobile home in Carpinteria I've been telling you about. We fix and flip. So, you know, there's a lot of different things. Rancho Granada, a mobile home park, 55 and over. If anybody looking for something, let me know.
Sneak that motherfucker in there.
I need to plug
God damn.
You know, going back to the rap though, when did you first like get into, or when did you know like I'm gonna be a rapper? Like that's what I want to do.
Damn, that was a great question. That's a really good question. I know where you got.
Now he's
right
gonna thrive. Now he's gonna thrive.
But honestly, it sounds corny. Maybe not because it's real. But since I was 5 years old.
Really?
Since I was 5 years old, maybe even younger, I've been freestyling into music, into rap. It has a lot to do with where I came up, like in Vallejo. There's a heavy Mac Dre influence. And my brother, my older brother, he actually went to school with Mac Dre. And so me and my brother used to ride through Vallejo, the Crest, bumping hella shit. And he really used to, I was a young kid, you know, so young I couldn't even ride in the front seat type shit. Yeah. It was me and my nephew, Eddie. And like we're riding in the back, which is my older brother, Eddie's son. And a lot of Eddies in the family. But either way, we're riding through, and he would be slumping music, and he would turn it down. Every lyric, he would turn down the music to explain to us as little kids in layman's terms what they're talking about, what they mean, and all the different, like, you know, intricacies of, like, rap and, like, rhyming and all this different type of stuff. So from a young age, I've always, like, looked up to that and wanted to be that. But actually, like, I have a book from like kindergarten where it's like a book that we binded together, and there's a whole bunch of different questions in it, but one of the questions is they'd ask you a question, you give an answer, and then you draw a picture. And one of the questions is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I put a rapper. You know what I mean? And I even remember doing it to this day. I was like, I want to be a rapper. I drew the picture, and this is when like rap wasn't necessarily, I mean, this is probably what, 2000. This is back in 2000. So my teacher comes over and she's like, oh, you mean rap singer? And I'm like, no, rappers don't sing. I mean rapper. Like, you know what I mean? As a 5-year-old, I'm telling an adult this. And she still made me put rap singer. I didn't say nothing. You know, there's only so much you could do as a 5-year-old. So it says rap singer. But I knew in my head, I was like, no, I want to be a rapper. And I've wanted to be a rapper since I was 5 years old. And I've been freestyling since then. Okay. I mean, I'd be rhyming. But back then, I thought I was the best freestyler in the world. But you're making up words. You know what I mean? And I remember the difference between when I was like getting into the age where it's like, okay, you know what made up words are and real words are. I was like, hey, why am I not as good of a freestyler as I was back when I was like 5? And
making up everything.
So, but yeah, since I was 5 years old, long story short.
Nice, man. So 5-year-old Danny, what are some of like your biggest influences back in the day? Like people you looked up to, rappers back then that you were like.
Tupac. No, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just going to say like, damn, I want to be like them, you know?
Tupac, Mac Dre, very heavily influenced with them when I was young. I know it sounds funny saying 5 years old, but that's the music I was listening to when I was 5. I'm the baby of the family, so I have a lot of older siblings. My oldest brother right now is 52 years old. Okay. So so he was 25 when I was born. And so my sister also, she's 8 years older than me. We listen to a lot of Andre Nicotina. So yeah, I was kind of really influenced a lot by Mac Dre and Tupac. I still am, you know. It's just like Mac Dre, obviously the smooth, suave, like confidence that he would exude, but in a casual way. It's not like it was corny. It's not like he's in your face with it. It's like he's just somebody that's confident off rip. Yeah. And then Tupac really with his subject matter, the way he would talk, his diction, his tone. Like he's somebody that when he talks, you listen. You know what I mean? I always strive to be somebody that can just really almost be in that light a little bit or seen in that light. And it all really comes from knowing what the fuck you're talking about. You know what I mean? And then caring. If you care about what you're talking about, it'll shine through. You don't have to worry about it.
Like your words have meaning, essentially. Exactly. They carry power,
Facts.
So how did you, I'm going to take it back now.
Go ahead.
You grew up in Carpinteria, California.
Yes, sir. Born in the street, raised in the burbs.
There we go. I love that. That's so hard. How did you, because you are a lyricist. There we go. See that? Like you're good with your, even like we fuck around and play word games sometimes. Yeah. Those of you that don't know, we do a little offline hanging out and shit.
Yeah,
but
no, this is my real brother right here. This is my real boy.
You're good. You're
Yeah.
good. I can never beat you in a word game. Like, at what point did you pick that up? Like, you know you want to be a rapper, and you're raw, and you come with shit off the head, 24/7. Did you just have it? If I was like, yo, I want to start me, fucking, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
like, I couldn't even start. But like, what I'm saying is like, at what point did you figure out like, oh shit, I'm raw, I can do this shit, and it comes easy? Because it seems like it comes easy.
So it's like a 2-part answer to that question. So it's like, in one retrospect, yeah, I feel like I did always have the like makings, like to be the foundation, but it's like you have to work on it. You know what I mean? You have to build it. It's like having a foundation. You want to build a house, you only got a foundation right now. There's still a lot you need to do, you know?
Yeah.
And so going through the years, never giving up on my dream and always wanting to pursue being a rapper, it's like it came naturally, but at the same time, I was putting the work in too, like, you know? And then also, just like, I feel like my background has a lot to do with it as well. I come off like, you know, a little bit more of a street dude, but I'm very versed in like my diction, my vocabulary, my vernacular, the way I say shit. My mom's a doctor. My dad was a gangster. Like, it's the two, you know, polar opposites, but they raised me. My dad's Catholic. My mom's Jewish. Like, you know what I mean? Everything that could be the opposites, that's what I've come up in. I'm basically was born to recognize that, like, hey, if there's an exception, I'm it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about nothing. If there's like fucking like Avengers Infinity War, or I mean Endgame, actually. Infinity War was good too, but Avengers Endgame, if you guys aren't familiar with it, Doctor Strange is like, I've gone through 14 million different possibilities. There's only one where we come out on top.
Yeah.
I believe I'm that one. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what you need to have within you to even like try to start like making the decision to go towards being somebody that's going to be in the public eye all the time. And on top of that, kind of getting off on a tangent, but I said that to just explain that it kind of came naturally, but at the same time, it's like when you have a job, but it's something that you love, you're having fun. It doesn't feel like you're working. You know what I mean? It just feels like your way of life. That's kind of how it all came about. And then now, you know, also, it's like I said, it was a 2-part question, a 2-part answer to that question. That was the first part. The second part is I'm very critical on myself. If I sit there and think about shit over and over again, I can almost trick myself into believing anything. Yeah. So a lot of times I'll sit there just like a lot of people do and think, hey, am I good enough? Do I really got it? Am I this motherfucker that everybody says I am or that I say I am?
Yeah.
You know, and every time I go on stage and I captivate people's attention and I do stuff, it's like a little reminder to me. So even though you should, you know, you got so many years of doing it, you should know what you are. There's still those times where I'm unsure of myself. You know what I mean? And that's really what makes you a strong motherfucker, is not just being good all the time, being the first at everything, being winner. That's a weak motherfucker. They've never gone through adversity. Being a strong motherfucker is having to go through those trials, go through those tribulations, and still say, you know what? Look that adversity in the eye and say, I don't give a fuck. I'm DG. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. I am who I say I am, and I'm going to show people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's kind of how I feel about it, more or less.
This may have been adversity. How was it? And how did you feel the support came from the community? Because you started in a small town, the same town that we all grew up in, pretty much everyone in this room except the GOAT Woo. But how was it when you get to high school and you start dropping music and you're like, this is who I am? And not only, you threw some house parties and shit. You had the one house on the hill. You look behind Carp High and there's your house.
Yep.
But like, how did it feel? Like, were people behind you? Did you ever like hear that bullshit? Like, they're not really fucking with it. But
I was always
I
was always a confrontational person, so a lot of people would never say it to my face. But I know they hated behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Or hated behind my back, because at the same time, it's like, I was fucking all the bitches. You know what I mean? I'm throwing the parties. I got homies. It got to a point where it's like I'd fuck too many bitches. I had too many homies. Everybody said. No, but everybody started to turn on me, like, you know what I mean, where I was looked at like, you know, like, I was just looked at. I was looked at like, hey, fuck this motherfucker. It's almost like it's like a burnout. You know what I mean? Like, we've been there, done that. We've been to DG's house so many times. We partied. All the bitches that been with me, they know they're all talking shit about me now. Hey, you got a small dick. You don't got this. You know, all the normal shit bitches are gonna say. Like, and it's like, so I went through a period of that within my local scene. I was just like, I wasn't even releasing music yet. Everybody knew DG as a rapper because that was the persona I gave myself. Yeah. That's what I said I was doing. And then to build off that, I kind of built my my business side of my rap career first.
Okay.
And so I established that a lot in LA. And like I own my own music studio in LA.
You do.
I got a lot of my managers from LA. I got different promotion and distribution companies that I work with in LA that help me get my music out, help me get the streams and views that I get. And so it's like I built that first until I realized maybe about 5 years ago, not even 5 years ago, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, they're like, hey, like most rappers build their audience off their local fan base. I know I never had the support amount, but that's because I never really put myself out there. I wasn't even releasing music. I wasn't doing none of this. Like I need to, stop fucking showing my ass and go out there and really be about business. And when I started doing that, I linked up with this magazine, this underground magazine, and that's their name, Underground Magazine. Shout out my boy Popsky. Shout out my boy Andrew. Yep. Andrew Mason, the GOAT. Popsky too, my boy. But either way, they also got a photo and studio set up in LA as well. Shout out Young Sadi, my boy. He's one of their partners too. But either way, I linked up with them, and they really helped me project my image throughout the 805. And from there, I got a lot of performance opportunities. And it's really about, in this game, bro, it's about being an opportunist. Any opportunity that's put in front of you, you have to make the most of it. So I never go, this is my rule. If I go into one opportunity, I have to leave with another one. So if I go in with, like, say I was on the cover of the Underground magazine, I'm going to leave that with contacts, with networks, with possible performance opportunities, podcasts, interviews, whatever it may be, studio sessions. I'm going to meet producers. I'm always going to go into opportunity and at least come out with one at least possible opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of how I flip it. It's almost like the drug game. You know what I mean? You got your shit, you sell off your stuff, you go re-up. You re-up the next time, it's even bigger. You doing shit right, you re-up the next time, it's even bigger. And then sooner or later, you look back and we the kingpin of this shit. And that's kind of where I've started to kind of look at myself in the same light as far as my music career. And I kind of did it from like the inside out instead of the other way. Most people get popping in their local scene first and then they start worrying about the business shit. Mm-hmm. I got the business shit down first, and I've been in this shit for 10 years and I've been fucked over, and it's almost like a rite of passage for artists in the music game to be fucked over. It's a very snaky industry, very, very fucking dirty, but it's like at the end of the day, that's why I love it. Because anything's possible. Yeah. And that's why, that's what breeds those type of snaky motherfuckers, because they can fuck you over anyway, 7 days of Sunday. It don't fucking matter. Yeah. So either way, I thrive in situations where people are like, oh, they think it's hard. If I have people around me moaning and complaining and like, oh my God, I can't do that. It makes me feel better about myself because I ain't feeling nothing. Yeah. I'm good. And even if I am feeling something, it's like I feel a duty to put on a strong front for the people around me. A little bit of a leadership quality. I'm not calling myself a leader by any means, but at the end of the day, it's like I feel like everybody kind of tries to push to be a leader to the people they care about around their life, like in their life and around their life. So, I thrive in those type of moments. I thrive in that type of shit. It's just something that I've always had. So it kind of adds to the,
yeah.
all of it.
Yeah, to add to that, though, I feel like not everyone can be a leader, Everyone tries to, like you said, but not everyone can be.
For sure.
So
I agree with that.
Danny, I've noticed that you're always, not always, but what's something I've noticed is that you're a really creative person. Have you always been like that, or is that just who you are naturally, or...
Sometimes I struggle with that. That's how damn, Mitch throwing the curveball.
He's like, he has the secret questions on the side and shit.
Exactly. You know what? I have been, but it's the same thing that goes back to one of the questions I answered, where it's like I'm always questioning myself. Oh, really? I'm my biggest critic, so it's like, am I being creative enough? Am I like, and like that's why it's like I stopped. Like you guys asked me who are my three my three favorite rappers that are in the game right now, and I had a hard time listing them because it's like I deject myself from that because I want to make sure it doesn't influence like my creative process. But at the end of the day, sometimes I think that may be a wrong way to look at it, because no matter what art you see, it's all been inspired by something.
Exactly.
So it's like I need to be more open-minded with that, less competitive with like my peers and the people that are in the rap game as well, because at the end of the day, what am I not creating that could be great? You know what I mean? Just because I don't want to take the time to listen to other people's music, see the like underground scene and who's popping up first and doing like, how does that help me? But it's like, that's more of my business mind talking. Since I do this all independent, it's like I have to be two different people. I have to be in my artist realm for as long as I can, but then when I get to the business, bro, I got to switch to a whole different mindset. The decisions that I make in the business mindset of DG, I would never make as an artist. I would never compromise my art. But I got to almost be two different people to make sure that shit stays afloat, because if not, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. You know what I mean? And so it's like an ugly truth. But at the end of the day, if you got a dream and you say you're willing to do whatever the fuck you need to do to, hey, take my firstborn, take take my left arm, I got another one. Take my right eye, I got a left one. Like that's the type of fucking passion that I look at this music shit with. Because if I was 5 years old and I said I want to do this, that 5-year-old still somewhere inside me like, you know, even though I don't recognize the things I'm doing and like, oh my God, it's so great. There's a 5-year-old inside me that's like, hey, bro, you're doing exactly what you fucking said you were gonna do. You're that
deep.
motherfucker.
That's deep.
You know, so
Yeah.
that's kind of like
It's
how
hiding
I
in
think
there.
about it. Yeah.
Where I'm gonna piggyback off you. Where are you most creative? Like, what do you do when it comes time to make a song, try and put pieces together? And I've seen your vault. I've listened to like other people. Like, I didn't know this. Like, artists have like 200, 300, 400,000 songs in their phone ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, where do you and how do you come up with all this stuff?
Well, I mean,
Like, or where do you feel like you're most creative? What do you got to do to lock in? Is it just day to day?
honestly, it's very like it comes quick, but it goes fast. Like it's very fleeting, you know. So it's like when I'm feeling creative, I need to sit down in the moment. Hold on. I need to sit down in the fucking.
Come on now.
Yeah, the champagne.
the whole
Yeah,
view.
but I gotta really like take advantage of when I am creative, because I realize when I try to force it, like, hey, at 4 p.m. I'm gonna try to sit down and write. Like,
yeah. No,
nothing happens. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta like feel. Usually when I was younger, I would listen to like some Lil Wayne and he'd get me in the mode. I'd be like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna go write some shit like that, like, you know? And so it's like that's kind of like where I do draw a lot of my creativity from, but I'm a real artist in the whole aspect of the word. So it's like a lot of these rappers, bro, they'll just be like, find a videographer. Like they'll do this shit with the music. They're very integral in the music, but when they get to like their imagery and their like visuals, it's like, oh, they'll just throw it to like a videographer or director and be like, hey, just do whatever and like make it look cool. It's like, I could do that, but it's like, that's not really like, I have an eye, like, and I know like how I want my music represented, and I've gone through a lot of shit with different directors and videographers. You guys heard me 15 minutes ago going through it with my director, because you know these motherfuckers try to act like they're the talent.
That shit was hard. I was like, damn.
Like I mean, they try to act like they're the talent or they're doing you a favor. It's like, no, one, I'm paying you, and two, this is all business. Like that's why, like a lot of times, it's like you can't do business with people. They feel like they're like, oh, well, I feel like I'm expendable, because anybody in business is expendable. At the end of the day, it's like that mindset I have. Hey, I cut off my arm to make this shit work. If I have to move on from you, I will. That doesn't, no love lost, but that's just business. It's not personal. You know what I mean? But a lot of people that aren't in that realm or think that way have a hard time grasping that concept. So I'm really creative in like, I got off on a little tangent, but I'm creative in all aspects of being an artist, even my visuals, like, and that has drawn like a lot of problems with people where I could just be, oh yeah, do whatever you want to do, and just to get the content out. It's like, no, you know what? I'm going to make sure that this shit looks the way that I want it to look, because it's my music. I'm the one pushing this shit, and it needs to be perfect. I mean, as close to perfect as you can get. You know what? I expect perfect. I expect perfection, but I'll settle for excellence. You know what I mean? You know, so and that's how I come at shit, and it rubs a lot of people the wrong way. You know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm not living my life for them. I'm living my life for me. You want to throw a fucking tantrum, get mad, whatever. As long as you come back to me and say, hey, you know what? My bad. I'm sorry. I was having a bad day. My bitch broke up with me. Whatever. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm a human being too. We all make mistakes. I'm not going to look past that. Hey, dap up. We all good. Now let's get back to business. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, that's the station I'm in with my career, because I don't got $1 million fucking dollars. You know, I might look cool and like I got everything together, but that's just like one side of my life. You know, this music shit costs a lot of money. You know, you fucking paying your rent costs a lot of money. You know, your car note costs a lot of money. There's a lot of shit that I'm paying out. And it's like, at the end of the day, to try to keep it all balanced, you have to sacrifice or compromise in certain ways. And that's why I feel like a lot of different artists don't make it, because they don't look at it as like a business side point of view. But so it's like, you got to be creative on all different fronts. So it's kind of, just to get back to your original question, it just strikes me. You know what I mean? When the creativity strikes me, I need to take advantage of it. Like I was saying, being an opportunist, take advantage of the opportunity of being creative. Otherwise, it's like, you know, it'll be forced. And that'll come out eventually. People will feel that. You know, it translates in the music.
I think you said something right now that a lot of artists don't make it. I don't know much about the game. I'm not like that versed in it. I've seen your story for a while. You could hear everyone else's story. I feel like something that you have, and the reason you keep going, you haven't let up, is I feel like you take it back like old school. Like you don't, I feel like this day and age, we're not handing out CDs, but you are popping with different DJs. You are showing up to open mics. Mm-hmm. You are taking all the opportunities to get in front of a stage, whether it's big or small, whether there's 5 people or 100 people. Can you speak on that? Like, I feel like that's why you've still gone, and that's why you're still going, and that's why it hasn't stopped. Is I feel like every time I look, you're doing something, whether it's a new vlog, whether it's a new post, whether it's just you're out there.
Yeah.
Whether it's the Six, shout out the Six. You've done a few performances there.
Yep.
Ventura,
Shout out
California.
Devin Smith, #1 promoter in Ventura. He's fucking shit up. But yeah, this was something I was talking to Mitch a little bit about. I was saying like the only place growth happens is outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So it's all about getting outside your comfort zone. If it makes me uncomfortable, I'm gonna do it. If it's something I feel threatened by, I'm gonna do it. Like that's the definition of an alpha. I'm taking on any challenge in my way. Now when I was younger, it used to be like a lot different. I was more militant, if you will. I'm trying to put it in a different way, but I used to like to fight. I used to like to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. The normal like outlook on what a man should be. You know what I mean? But it wasn't until I got older and realized that that's little bitch shit. That's what little bitches do. That's what people that don't stand on business do, or are running from shit do, or don't understand themselves. As I started to get more emotionally mature, I realized that, you know what? I need to grow outside my comfort zone. That's the only place it happens. If you're always trying to feel good about yourself, if you're always that breeds depression, that breeds anxiety, that breeds all the bad shit, because, hey, guess what? It's not called life because everything's fucking rainbows and fucking unicorns. It's called life because it's hard, motherfucker. You need to go through adversity to actually get anywhere. It's almost like a hike. When you go on a hike, you get through halfway through it. It's like every step is excruciating. But when you get to the top and you look back, you're like, oh shit, I started all the way down there. It's like you could look back and see where you came from. And it's like, yeah, in the moment it hurt. It didn't feel good. But the gratification you get afterwards is like way more satisfying than anything you could get from something that's instantaneously gratifying, like sitting on the couch and eating McDonald's. Which, don't get me wrong, I do a lot of times.
DG fucks up McDanks.
Yeah, I do definitely.
Fucks up McDanks.
Double cheeseburger, 10-piece McNuggets. I need my barbecue sauce and my fucking buffalo. But either way, yeah. So it's like it's just about like you're always gonna stumble a little bit. You're always gonna trip and fall. It's about how you get up and dust yourself off is really like gonna tell if you're it's gonna tell the story if you're gonna be successful or not. It's like the telltale signs of if you have what it takes to really make it. And that's not just in the music industry. That's in anything. In anything you do, it's fucking hard. There's nothing that's easy in this world, no matter what you've seen your influencers do on Instagram or what you see on social media. It's like the shit is tough, but that's why they get paid a lot of money, because they make it look easy. That's where the money comes from.
Oh, that shit is tough. Like even just putting this together is actually hard,
bro.
And it's like I don't even know if this looks good or not. I mean, we watch our shit.
I can already tell this is a great interview. I can already tell.
It is. This shit's hard, and everything looks so.
You guys started that shit though. Yeah. So hey, one time
let's
go. Yeah, let's clap it up for Fredo and Mitch. We got Woo behind the camera.
Woo's the magic.
Woo's the goat.
Got Chuch back there too.
Taking shots if he loves himself back there. I seen you pouring up and shit. Come on now.
But either way, no. But you guys should hold on. I didn't finish.
Yeah, go for it.
But you guys should really give it up for yourselves, because a lot of people won't do this. Turn the camera on, start talking. You guys open yourself up almost like an artist to everybody's fucking opinion, whether it be good or bad. And you know what? Honestly, it's like, I like the bad criticism, not even bad. It's just criticism. It's constructive criticism if you look at it right. You can like differentiate when you look at the comment section, like who's just hating and who's actually there. Like, oh, they might have said something that I don't like, but I can learn from this because they're actually right. Because I did feel kind of like that when I was shooting it, or when I watch it back, I feel a little bit of X, Y, and Z. So it's like, it's all like beta testing. It's like you need to be open to that if you want to get better. And it's all part about going outside your comfort zone and growing, and you got to be willing and like let your pride down and your ego, let your ego go to really even fucking recognize it.
Yeah.
So that's something that I really commend you guys for doing, because 95% of people
will not do this.
Yeah. Will not do it, bro.
Yeah. And actually Fredo was telling me, I should say, he was saying that, fuck Mitch, what about like the people that don't like it? What if people talk shit? I'm like, dude, all publicity is good publicity, regardless. Like, fucking, I don't care.
Even when it comes to like, and we've been talking about this a lot too. Like,
honestly, when it comes, it would be dope if Chuch like came in the scene and like filled our glasses. That shit would be even harder. Like, what the fuck? He's all over here, like in the background.
He's doing.
Hey, Chuch deserves the limelight. This boy's a real one. Chuche's always been a real one since the beginning.
Honestly, he's been taking care of us all day today too.
Yeah, no, for real.
He always does.
Right now.
He's an Eagles fan. Hey, go Bears. Yeah, he got the born and raised Eagles fucking no, I'm good right now. He got the born and raised Eagles hoodie on, which is my boy's brand, or he's a part of the brand.
Really?
Yeah. My boy Ricky, he does all my fucking cover art.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay,
he works with Born and Raised, and that's my boy. That's my boy. He's a very, very he's honestly like on the brink of creative like genius. He's right up there. A lot of people don't know about him yet, but it's like getting in early on a stock. You know what I mean? If you could have got in early on Apple, That's how I feel. That's how I feel with my boy Ricky. He's a G. But you know, yesterday's price is not today's price. I'm gonna just say that. So if you're trying to hit him up, you're gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah, no, that's where I was like, I mean, we talk about this show all the time. Like, we've put out a few episodes. We're like, damn, we're creating something. But it's scary when it comes in terms to like, you got to watch what you're saying in a sense. You got to watch what you do in a sense.
Yep.
I mean, we're not anywhere near even remotely being watched. But at the end of the day, it's still out there. You know, once you put something out there, it's out there forever. They could go back and find it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and we're talking about it, and like we might start putting out like some bonus episodes of just me and him of like, let's just talk, let's flow, and if we don't like it, hey, good, let's just throw that bitch away.
And at the end of the day, you guys are in the position where you could put anything out there.
Exactly.
See what catches on. See what people react to the most. The other shit you could just delete. People aren't necessarily going to even trip on it. But at the end of the day, with like watching what you say and not wanting to get canceled and like kind of that topic, it's like you guys are good people. You know what I mean?
And I think that's where it comes to.
Don't
like,
fixate on it too.
Who are you at a core person?
You know what I mean? Don't fixate on it too much. And you're going to say all the right shit because you guys come from, you know, a good place. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, you can't let that damper your creativity or what you're going to say because like you guys really do know what you're talking about. Just like I said already, you guys are good people, good guys. Anything you guys would be thinking, it's like is cool. And like at the end of the day, you want to make a fucking couple jokes. Like it is jokes. You know what I mean? If you feed into that cancel culture bullshit, it's like it's only gonna make it that much stronger. And at the end of the day, if you really want to get popping, everybody gets canceled. You know that lets you know you made it.
At least by a certain group.
It don't even matter. Fuck it. Like there's always gonna be a certain faction of people out there that don't like you. The president of the United States. He has people that hate him. You know what I mean? A lot of people right now. But either way, it don't matter. We're not going to get too political.
Both presidents.
Yeah, but it don't matter what president you are. You can't make everybody happy is basically what I'm trying to say.
Where do you feel like you're at in your career? I know, you know.
I feel like I'm just breaking that ceiling of being more of a local artist and trying to break out into a level where people outside the 805 are really starting to take recognition. It started to happen already, but you know what? That's why I got my manager because I have a hard time looking at myself from an unbiased point of view because I'm me, of course. And you know, for me, I just still feel like that 5-year-old that said he wanted to be a rapper. You know what I mean? And I'm being me, and that's who I am. And like people that meet me for the first time sometimes are rubbed the wrong way because I'm too confident, or they feel like I'm arrogant, or I'm a piece of shit, or they don't give a fuck about me. Who gives a shit? But either way, it's like it's like. The people that have known me for a elongated period of time, like let's say high school. When I was in high school, I had a whole bunch of people that didn't fuck with me like I was talking about before. Those same people see me now, 10 years later, and they, oh my God, DG, what's up? They look at me like I'm a fucking long lost relative because they finally have gone through enough life to register inside their head, oh, this motherfucker DG was a real motherfucker the whole time. He wasn't acting. He wasn't pretending. He wasn't trying to be something he's not. I just didn't know, not necessarily myself, but life in general. I've been stuck in Carpinteria my whole fucking life. I don't know what's going on, or I've been stuck in Santa Barbara or Ventura or whatever the fuck it is, you know? So at the end of the day, just be you, be like, you know, genuine to your fucking self, and everything else will just, you know, fall by the wayside, or it'll fall into place. I forgot the actual question you asked me in the beginning. I talked too much. What was it?
No, that's good. I don't.
What was it? What was it? Do you remember?
I don't even remember.
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah.
What did I say?
I'm trying to think. Hold on. What was it?
What was our question? Do you remember? It's gonna get cut. No, I don't know. I don't even know.
I don't even remember your own question, bro.
No, you asked it.
Oh, where do you feel like you're at in your career?
Yeah, where do you feel like you're at in your career? Yeah. So basically, I feel like I'm right at the cusp of like, you know, a local artist and becoming somebody that's known outside the 805.
And and I'm gonna take that back. And I think this is why I don't even know how I feel like you're there. Let me rephrase. I see you now pushing on with multiple shows at the 6, Underground Magazine putting you on.
Yep.
You're in the studio. You're dropping music. You got Paris in Japan at almost 250 plus streams.
Yep.
So you're pushing.
And the block at over 250. Is about to be over 250. Paris in Japan's at just a little over 100K. But Paris in Japan has reached that mark quicker than any of my songs.
Okay.
So I let out Bleed the Block like 2 songs ago. It's probably been like 6 months. That's just garnered like 250K. Paris in Japan's probably only been out for like a month and a half.
Okay.
And that's just like, you know, it's really doing numbers. So hey, shout out y'all. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you've definitely tasted success because you have over like what, 1 million views collectively on WorldStarHipHop.
Yeah.
Want to talk about
Bring
that?
back in the WorldStar shit. Okay. So Yeah, I got over. It's like right under 10 million views on WorldStarHipHop.
10 mil.
Yeah, so
It's quick.
Yeah, and that's back when
Very fast.
That's back when I was 19 years old. I was first new to the game. I did a 5-song EP. I shot 3 videos. I put 2 of them up on WorldStar, paid, of course. They put them on their main page, but they did so well they kept them up there for another week, and that's why they garnished so many views. And I got a lot of hate from that within like Carpinteria, 805 in general, yeah, because there's a lot of people that want to be rappers whether they tell you it or not, and they're just little bitch-ass motherfuckers and they want to talk shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they won't ever start it.
No, they won't ever start shit with me because they know what it is. They know what like cloth I'm cut from. I don't fuck around, and at the end of the day, I'm not afraid to take a fucking ass whooping. You can whip my fucking ass, I'm gonna be there tomorrow. Hey, let's get it up. I'm gonna get my piece too, like, you know. And that's just is what it is. That's nor here or there. That's not me trying to be dope. That's just who I am as a person. And at the end of the day, it's like if you really had a problem with me, and these motherfuckers that were talking shit were like 10 years older than me. At the time, I'm 19 years old. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers are like 25, 28, 29, like talking shit on a kid just trying to follow his dream. But either way, I did that. I got that shit popping, and I was very, this is my learning process. I was a very beginner in the industry, and I was thinking, okay, I got 10 million, I'm famous now. The calls are just going to start rolling in, and I'm going to just start getting all the offers. It's like, no, bro, once you capture that buzz, you need to have shit behind it to follow it up, to solidify it. I didn't know that. So I used that. And all my buzz went away. It all fell by the wayside because I was thinking how I originally just
weren't
told
prepared
you guys.
for it.
I wasn't prepared for it, and nobody really was.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I used that to learn from, and I was like, hey, don't bust your nut all in one shot. Don't put all your eggs in one fucking basket. You know what I mean? It's like, that's why after that, I took 5 years to create a catalog of over maybe like 500 songs. I have over like maybe like 200-300 songs now that are really like drop worthy that I could release that are just in my back pocket, already mixed and mastered. All I got to do is throw some artwork to it and I can put it out there if I need to. And that's what you kind of have to do as an artist. You got to be thinking 10, 20 steps ahead. If you can take, 4 or 5 years to create your catalog before you actually start releasing music, that's what you need to do. And there's a lot of different things that go into that. Like, I partnered myself with a lot of different business people that own studios, and they were down on bad times, and I came in and I was able to have the capital because of my home inspection business to be like, hey, you know what, here's a little chunk of change. And for that, they made me partners. And then look, I got free studio time. You know what I mean? And from there, it's like the people.
I'm gonna go. I gotta go back.
You gotta go to the bathroom. All right, we'll take a pause.
What's up with that?
No, keep going. I got it.
But either way, so it's like that's just a little bit of what I need to say. It's like there's a lot that goes into it. I could say broad strokes, but it's like it'd be like, oh yeah, work hard and be consistent. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could say that, but it's like that. That's the qualities you need, but you still have to be able to think on the fly, think on your toes, be able to pivot. Just like I said, fold one opportunity into the next one.
Definitely,
and just like one day at a time.
No, that's well said, dude. Honestly, I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing right now. Obviously, like
Chuch, can I get some?
I've seen your videos on fucking YouTube. I've heard your music. I went to the 6 of you to watch you.
I appreciate you for that, my dog. Thank you, sir.
So that's fucking sick, that you're doing that, honestly. Because like you said, a lot of people won't do that.
My dog.
They won't get out of their comfort zone, and they won't fucking take the first step to do it.
Not at all. Not at all. Should we wait for Fredo?
I don't know.
Yeah, should we wait for Fredo? Will? Just sit down. Bro, we can cut it out at the end of the day. We can cut it out at the end of the day. He's nervous.
Yeah, Chuch is always nervous.
Chuch would be the camera would love you, bro. To be honest.
Well, yeah, but
no.
it's P2P, bro.
No, we're not cutting shit.
We're not cutting any of this.
No, I heard.
Honestly, that might look good too. People might like it.
Hey, Chuch, by the way, just so our viewers know, you can't beat me, bro.
He can't beat him. He can't beat him. He can't. So we're gonna jump into fantasy, which we talk about all the time.
We give a little context on it.
So here it goes. I won last year. I got the trophy upstairs. I'm in dead ass last.
Damn, you gotta have that.
There's
trophy
only
on the show soon.
We should bring it on actually.
Yeah,
Wait, next
should.
pod or something,
Yeah.
we'll put it right here. But there's only one thing about it. I just don't want to lose to Chuch. He didn't beat me this time, and now you're on to the second round.
Yeah,
and you're also doing pretty bad too. You're in ninth place.
Yeah, I'm in ninth place. But you know what? I'm making the greatest fantasy football comeback the world has ever seen.
No, if I win this year, I should get an extra bonus prize.
I'm telling you right now,
I'm
this is the
intense
greatest
still.
comeback the world has ever seen, dude.
No, I don't know.
Where'd you come back from?
Bro, I'm in ninth place.
Where are you at on your stuff?
150. I'm projected to score 151 in
I don't
one
care
league
about today. Where
and
are you? Are you like
144.
dead last, or where are you at?
Oh yeah. I'm pretty bad. Honestly, everybody just decided to have their best games against me. Listen to the roster I got: Justin Fields, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Puka Nakua, Cole Kmet, Tank Dell. Like, bro, I got Raheem Mostert, DJ Moore, Debo Samuel, Jalen Waddle. Like, I got straight dogs, bro.
Moser and the Dolphins did it for me.
And
This,
I'm 4-7. Like, everybody just decided to have their fucking best games
That's his
against
record
me.
right now too. He's 4-7,
But we can still make it. You got to win out though.
could.
You got to win
He
out.
has to lose today.
and he's going to lose
And he's
today.
going.
I'm
And I gotta
projected to win 96% versus his 4% to win. You know?
Hey, you still got a chance.
Yeah, bro.
You do. Damn. Well, before we wrap it up,
We're done already?
oh, we could keep going.
Yeah, let's just fucking keep
All
going.
right.
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking.
Yeah.
Don't be gay. No, okay, cut that out. You can't say that shit.
Come
I didn't
on
mean
now.
that.
Come on.
Just bleep it out.
Just be the GOAT, the gayest of all time.
But you're working. I feel like, where you're at right now. For those of you that, go follow him. You're in the studio constantly.
Yes,
You're
sir.
putting out stuff. What's next? When can we get a next DG?
I want to drop something before the end of the year. It might not end up working out because I'm in talks with another distribution company right now for another deal. They offered me one. We turned it down. And they came back with a counter. So we're still in talks, but it all really depends because once I get that distribution deal, honestly, I don't really need to pay for anything. I'm gonna actually be getting paid. Probably be more like around like, I'm not going to give any exact figures, but somewhere like around 10 to 20 a month, I'll be able to make off my music just based off the resources that
Will you
they're
take me
able
to
to give
dinner?
me. Maybe you took me to breakfast.
I did.
You took me
Yeah,
to
I did
breakfast
take
this
you to
morning.
breakfast.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
told them I wanted to pay after they took the bill already. You know what I mean?
Can you take us? We want to go to Lucky's.
Golly, you gotta have to be. I'm gonna need to get lucky if y'all are going to Lucky's.
Come on, Danny.
Or the reunion.
I've never been, bro.
No, fuck the reunion.
Really?
Yeah. You
Oh,
gotta take.
shit.
Wait, he actually hasn't. No, he
Okay,
hasn't.
well,
Yeah.
no, we
You gotta
definitely-
take Mitch. You know.
No, yeah, we definitely gotta work that.
I
shit
got a
out.
lamb chop.
But yeah, I appreciate coming on the pod. Are we still gonna keep going? Or
Yeah,
is it
go.
gonna be-
Well, you're talking about the distro deal.
Yeah, so I don't want to let out too much shit about
Yeah,
it. 'Cause
yeah,
it's very,
yeah.
very like it's the beginnings of like anything that
But
may
there's some
ever
work.
be solidified. But yeah, a lot of work I still need to do. But I got a lot of opportunities out there that like the 5-year-old me, the 15-year-old me, shit, the 21-year-old me would be like stoked as fuck on, and really be excited about. But sometimes I find myself falling into just like the old grind where I'm just like, oh, okay. And like my dad, like growing up, he always told me something. He was like, you're a Garcia, which that's what the G stands for in DG, Garcia. He was like, you're a Garcia, you got to work twice as hard. He was like, nothing is given to us. He's like, anything you get, you need to work twice as hard. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. So I can kind of start to have a mundane type of thought process like, oh, it don't matter. Like I'm still have to, you know what I mean? And that's kind of bad to fall into. You want to have everything in moderation. Yeah, for sure, work hard, but also believe you can obtain whatever you're going for. Don't believe that, oh, it's never going to happen, which you could kind of fall into, And so I just really try to take it one day at a time. Try to be humble. Make sure that I love everybody around me and that the people that are around me also love me as well. And you can't really go wrong. You know what I mean? Like, being here, being with you guys, like this shit feels right. Like always follow your gut. You may be wrong sometimes, but you'll be right most of the time. You know what I mean? Follow your fucking instincts. Like the things that are right and the things that are right for you will present themselves if you're looking. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I think about it. But the distro deal, it's in very, very early beginning stages, but it looks very promising. I'm gonna just say that. And so if I can really get that shit signed, sealed, and delivered before the end of the year, which may not happen, I'll try to get something out. But I feel like my next single, I'm gonna just go ahead and drop it on your guys' podcast so y'all can have like a little exclusive.
Okay.
It's called Run It Up. So
There we go.
Run It Up. Yeah, that's what it's called. Run It Up.
Run everything
it
up. Run this
it
shit up. Run
Yes,
that
sir.
up.
Yeah, we doing
Go.
it. So that's a little bit about me, but I appreciate you guys having me on the podcast.
Yeah, we
Is there
appreciate
anything
you.
being here, man.
Hell yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
I mean, we could keep going for days, but we'll stick with our thing. But we appreciate it, and we'll just have to run part 2.
All right.
And get you
So
on
we
the-
were doing the beer and wine before the podcast. Now we can get to the hard shit, right? Because we're done.
Yeah, you guys could take shots. I
You're not taking no shots?
I don't take shots.
Oh, gentlemen,
You
Jack.
guys.
Just so you guys know, this podcast was sponsored by Vuv Clico. You know what I mean?
And Cooks.
Yep.
And Cooks. Cheers to Cooks.
Cheers to Cooks. They
And
couldn't be
Andre.
here. They hit us up. They want to know a little bit about a little bit. We told them a lot about a lot. So that's all I gotta say.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Something
Likewise.
Dope DG. Check
Much
him out
love.
on the IG.
Yeah, you can find me on IG. It's Something Dope, but instead of an S, it's a 5 because I'm from the 5. It's an 805. So that's our little lingo for our area. Try to add a little bit of branding in there with the 5 as the S, but also
Actually, never knew that.
But also it's because
Fuck
it's
yeah.
the actual Something Dope with the S is taken by somebody that's totally inactive on Instagram. So
I hate that.
if I could get that shit, I really
I
would
hate
want
that.
it, but I flipped it to my the best it could be, my best advantage. So
Yeah.
my best advantage? What the fuck does that mean? What's a good way to say that? I flipped it to my advantage. Like,
we go.
just
There you
take
go.
best
Fuck
out of
it.
there.
Yeah.
I
Get
flipped
him
it to
on
my
IG,
advantage.
TikTok.
Yep.
And one thing, I want to see more TikToks.
You want to see more? Yeah.
You were going for a while, and then I was like, oh.
Honestly,
where'd
the thing
TikTok
is,
go?
bro, TikTok is so ass because
Hard. No, wait.
bro, they copyright my own songs.
No,
I'm like,
but-
they're like, hey, your songs are copyright. I'm like, yeah, by me. I'm the one that fucking copyrighted them.
Really?
So it's like, yeah. So I need to get verified on there
Yeah.
first before they actually can recognize. Like,
Is that
so I
what
can
was
post my
happening?
own
Because
music.
we were talking about it. That's what
yeah,
was
that's why
happening?
all my like audio has been getting muted. It's fucking.
Bro, I don't
ass.
know what's going on with TikTok. If any creator ever wants to talk from
Wait,
TikTok,
didn't they take down a video of me?
Yes, they did, and they're fucking with us because our shit does not leave like the space. I feel like shit. I feel like
about?
motherfuckers like
Well,
I post
honestly-
something. I should see that shit like go a little bit, at least one of the videos, and ain't nothing go
Well,
yet.
because like
and I'm
honest-
like, what's going on with TikTok?
Bro, you're
Well, it's
posting at
all
the
a-
wrong time, in my opinion.
We'll
it's
talk
all
about
about the algorithm, bro. So at the end of the day, it's
it. Which
like
we've talked about.
they're changing it up. So when people like look in the beginning when podcasts were super like obscure and nobody was doing them, it's gonna push on TikTok because
Yeah.
it's something that a lot of people haven't seen. Now that it's something that's more popular, it's like they shifted the algorithm so that people can't all just start a podcast and then get popping on TikTok and get
Exactly.
paid. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
business. It's a business venture
I
at the end of
feel
the
that.
day.
They gotta
So
switch
it's like
it
you
up.
got to do some shit that's a little different and. That's also the beautiful thing about social media that really I'm not a social media guy. I don't like it. If I wasn't a rapper, if I wasn't in this industry, I wouldn't even really be on social media like that. But just like I said, it's a dream. So I'm willing to do whatever I need to fulfill it. And so at the end of the day, it adds to the creativity. You got to get more creative, you know? And so I'll leave it at that. But either way, it's like you just got to figure out different ways that stimulate not just yourself, but will stimulate your audience as well. And I'm not talking about getting a hand job.
Okay.
All right. Talking about getting a blowjob, baby.
Let's go.
I'm just kidding.
All right, DG, we appreciate it.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
Much
it, man.
love.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. 805 till we die.